Coach, thank you for joining us in the post-match press conference. And I think I'll do differently. I'll hand over to the media to ask you the opening question, because I think they've been waiting and trying to to speak to you. So, any takers for the first question, Letabo, putting you on the spot now.
Good evening, Coach. Letabo Kganyego from EDSK Times. Congratulations. Judging from the celebrations and that late minute equalizer, how big was it, and just how big is it that you're in the semi-finals?
Hi everyone. I think firstly let me apologize for being late. I actually wasn't aware that I'm supposed to come here. I think we got caught in the moment, so I do apologize for that. To answer your question, we always viewed this game, especially after the loss last week, as a sort of a motivation win if we get it. So I think we will achieve that. So it's gonna really up the spirit in the camp, going to Cape Town and then Mpumalanga. For getting into the semi-final, I mean, we wouldn't be happy going to a semi-final of any cup. You know, there are teams that are playing in the PSL and they haven't achieved such. So for us to move into the last four, it's great. It's great for the brand. It's great for the players. They get to expose their talent a little bit more. It's a bit of a frustration for the coach, but what can we do? We're in football.
Good evening, Coach, and congratulations on the win. Having managed to get to the semi-finals today, and you are doing well also in the league. One would have thought if you get up, maybe you'll focus more on the league. How do you balance it now going forward?
I think the challenge I always get with that question or a statement is that how then do you tell players not to commit, not to give their all in a game, where then say, no, you know what, let's just show up today. We don't have to win this. We need to win the league and so on and so on. And then they're not going to take me serious for the next game. So unfortunately, in the Milford setup, every game is important. We play to win every game. What happens afterwards, we address it when it happens. I'm of the belief that God wouldn't give me something I can't handle. So somehow I will find a way to deal with it. We do have quite a big squad, and we've been rotating with the league games, with the cup games as well. So this gives us an opportunity to give some other guys game time. The approach is not going to change now because we're in the semi-final. We still treat the league game as a priority, but still give enough for the cup game to try and win it.
Hi, Coach. Oh, sorry. Hi, Coach. My name is Opani from Far Post. Before you reached the quarterfinal stage, obviously you played teams from the lower divisions. Do you feel like tonight was the ultimate test for your club? And what do you make of the competitiveness of tonight's match, especially play against a Premier Division team? Thank you.
Well, they owed us one to start off. They owed us one, and I can say the same thing with them. They played MFC teams before playing us, so I think whatever level of thinking we're in, they were probably in the same spot. For us, the games against SSU and Mkambati, they came at the right time. So we didn't have to exert ourselves a lot, but still we needed to win. So it's where we used quite a lot of the French players to get us through, and they managed to do that. Today, was it a challenge? Of course it was a challenge. I mean, we played a PSL team that is doing quite well in the league. I mean, at some point, for me, they had the best three midfielders in the country for a while. Actually, they've dropped a little bit now. but I'm sure Eric Tinkler will find a way to get them back to where they started off. So yes, it was definitely a challenge. I'm happy we got one over them because they beat us 2-1 in the other season when we played the last 16 in a game where we completely controlled the second half. So today it wasn't so pretty. We started well. I think maybe within the first 60 minutes I was quite happy with the display. After that it was more about control, try and push as far as we can and work on the counters. Eventually that caught us a little bit in the first half of the extra time, but the boys managed to come back and give us something to celebrate.
Coach, going into the second half with that 1-1 draw, what message did you give the players? And as you were making your subs, I mean, the first sub you made was that three players and you changed your 3 forwards. What was your thinking around that as well?
What I said to them, well, I scolded them for conceding a stupid goal because we were out of shape. That was one. Secondly, I also scolded them for going into a block after we scored, which is unlike us. And then I told them what we needed to do, which was always the plan: control the midfield, control the game. I think we did that at the beginning of the second half. Why did we make the 3 subs? Because it's not like the guys were doing badly. But then again, it was a pre-planned arrangement to substitute the top 3 and maybe get at least 5 players out to prepare for Tuesday. So we've got the times, we know who has played how many minutes, who needs what and so on. So the subs were pre-planned and there was nothing wrong that they did. I think the only forced sub was the centre back, which sort of disturbed things a little bit. But the player that came in was going to come in anyway, but in a different position. So in a way, what we wanted to achieve from the game, we achieved in the win as opponents.
Coach, you are through to the semis, so is Keswick, and I still think tomorrow there's one more MFC club in the quarterfinals. Do you believe this could be the season for the David, so to say, to lift this trophy?
Well, what would be great, it would be for Keswick and Milford to play the final. That would be nice. I don't know if the stadium would be full, but at least you would have 2 MFC teams, knocking it out in a PSL final. That would be nice. But at this stage, we really appreciate to be where we are. It doesn't really matter who comes. Whoever comes, we will give them the same respect that we gave Sekhukhune and try and apply ourselves as much as possible, stick to how we play, and try and enjoy the game.
Hi coach, it's me again. Reaching the last 4 of the Nedbank Cup, are these the moments that you dreamt of when you purchased the status of the club, and obviously doing well in the NFD as well? I mean, reaching the last 4 especially.
The dream is to get to PSL, really. I mean, winning a cup for anyone involved in sport is the ultimate goal, isn't it? So progressing and getting closer to actually winning the cup is a satisfaction. So from that side, I'm happy. But the ultimate dream is to get into PSL, and so we can enjoy playing against Sekhukhune and all the teams that are there week in and week out, and we try and put Richards Bay and Ngamakwa into the map, and then show people that there are actually people living in those areas that can play football.
Coach, Spamandla had a brilliant penalty shootout. He even scored the last one. Have you always had that belief that if you had to make it to the penalties, he may be the hero?
Super is a brilliant goalkeeper, let alone that he saved the penalties, but overall as a player himself is very good, which is why we are quite happy that he plays for us. But even, who is the second choice or who was backing him up, he can do the same thing that Super did. He is just as good. It's unfortunate that in football you can only pick 11 players. So Super knows that, Maino knows that, how I appreciate them and what they do for the team. So for him to do that, it's kind of expected. It's him doing his job. And, we're not now going to go around and him, lifting his shoulders and thinking he's a big shot and stuff like that. We go on, we move on to Cape Town City. Comes another penalty shot out, he must do his job. The players will do their job.
Good evening, Coach. Coach, obviously you came to this game, obviously maybe as underdog. So the message to those who underestimated Milford FC, what do you say to them?
I just say it's unfortunate for them because in football you just don't underestimate anyone because you don't know what they can bring. And 90 minutes is a very long time, and unfortunately with football you can play the best game in the world and still lose the game. That's how it goes. So whoever that is underestimating any team, Milford for that matter, I think they are cutting themselves short. And they might just be in for a very big surprise. I think considering what we've done this season, how we have portrayed ourselves, how we have played and conducted ourselves in the league, people should really start showing a little bit of respect towards Milford going forward.
We'll take the last two questions and then we'll wrap up. Okay, the no new hands, you can.
Coach, last one from me. Obviously, when you compete in this competition with stages comes money as well. Just also the importance of that, staying in this competition for as long as you can for the financial remunerations.
I actually have no idea how much each stage is. There is someone that is very much into that within the structure of the team. So my concern is the coaching part. Yes, I am the chairperson, but I'm just the chairperson. There are people within the structure that run the system, and they even go and do my job as the chairperson so that I can focus on the coaching. So I have no idea. How much are we going to get?
Is it $1 million?
Okay, we can do with the billion.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Coach, I just want to take you back to the penalty shootout. You looked like you were very calm, you were seated the whole time, but how nervous were you, especially when Mikuto, when he missed the penalty that was supposed to actually give you a victory?
Yeah, I'm going to have to sit down with him and Costa, the number 6, the young boys first season. Unfortunately, we had taken out most of the senior players, so they had to finish the game. We've been practicing penalties from the beginning. It's part of the program when we play cup games. So we know what they can do, they can take them well. So all we need is for the goalkeeper of the day to say 1 or 2, and the boys will put them in. That much we know. So maybe that is why I was relaxed about it, because I knew if Super can get 1 or 2, we're probably in with the chance.
Coach, apart from the money, there's also that incentive of CAF football if you win the Nedbank Cup. Have you thought about that? Is it something that has been in your radar, and what would it mean if a Milford FC plays in the CAF Confed Cup?
I actually haven't thought that far, but my goodness, I'm not sure I want to be there as the chairperson because it means I have to use a lot of money. No, look, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm sure we'll find a way to address it. I don't want to think too much about winning the cup. Let's address the next opponent and see how that goes. It's very exciting to play cup football. I think it's a day that we generally enjoy, especially if we win. So for me, I'm happy. I'm happy for the boys. They get to experience this. Some of the boys, they signed with us when we were very, very low division, and some were like 16, 17, but they've grown into men, and for them to experience this with the badge is great. It's really satisfying for me. So that is all. What we get after that, the money, the CAF and so on, look, that's just a bonus. We're already having fun.
that brings us to the end of the press conference. Thank you, members of the media. Thank you, Coach. And